Hello and welcome to the second part of the tarot card meaning session, in which I am describing each of 22 major arcana tarot cards. In the first part, I have described first 10 or 11 if we counting the full major arcana cards, and today I will talk about the other 10 cards from major arcana deck. As I explained in the first part, the word arcana means secret, and the major arcana usually represent particularly striking elements or events that will have a powerful impact on your life. And minor arcana reflecting day-to-day events and provide greater clarity to a generic reading. The minor arcana cards are more detailed aspects of the major arcana cards, and they have temporary effects in contrast to the major arcana cards that have a longer term impact. Altogether, there are 78 tarot cards, 56 minor and 22 major arcana. Usually we keep the tarot cards in a wooden box. Inside wooden box, they are also in one bag, so they are protected from the outside energies. We will work with a Rider-Waite tarot deck, which are designed by Pamela Coleman-Smith. From the last time, from the first part of the session, we have here our cards let's find major cards from number 11 so it is number 10, number 9, number 8, number 7, number 6, number 5, number 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, obviously we don't have here all of them in the order, so I should find them here. It is number 15. Smalls. Okay, here's number 20, number 19, caps, I thought that last time I shuffled them in a way that we will have these major cards ready, but it is not a problem. We will find them. The Major Arcana cards have written name of the card at the bottom of the card. So, for example, it is the 3 of Pentacles, and this one is 9 of Cups. It is the Page of Wands. As I said, we have altogether 78, and we are looking for only 22 minus 11. Justice. It is our first card that we will talk about today. Okay, cups, swords, wands, just the King of Wands, Major Arcana card Death, number 13, Pentacles, Moon. It's a card that we are looking for this number 18 of Major Arcana Cards. Two of Cups, Four of Cups, Five of Cups, Two of Wands, Knight of Cups, Ace of Swords, Pentacles, Pentacles. Okay, here is our card, 21, the World. Eight of Pentacles. Our card, 16, the Tower. Our card, Temperance, number 14. The Star, number 17. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, the Hanged Man, number 12 of Major Arcana Cards, Four Swords, King of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and King of Cups. Let me see if we have all the cards that we need. 12, 17, 14, 16, 21, 18, 13, 11, 19, 20, 21, and 15, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Oh, very well. We have all the cards that we need for today's session. Let us start with the number 11, Justice. It depicts a woman seated between two pillars on a ceremonial podium, which symbolize balance and order. This is the judge, or the virtue. Justice personified, holding the traditional symbols of the law, sword, and the scales. This is the judge, the virtue that justice personified, holding the traditional symbols of the law, sword and the scales. She holds a sword in her right hand, showing the logical, well-ordered mindset necessary to dispense fair justice. The sword points upwards, expressing a firm and final decision, and the double-edged blade that we see here signifies that our actions always carry consequences. The scales in her left hand are in perfectly balanced position and are a symbol of her impartiality. Justice wears a crown with a small square on it, here, representing well-ordered thoughts, and a red robe with a green mantle. She wears an academician's ceremonial scarf here, signifying that she is a woman of great learning and wisdom. Her right foot is forward, and her pose is alert, as if she is about to pronounce judgment in court. Unlike traditional justice figures, Tarot's justice is not blindfolded. Her vision is clear, Justice also indicates that you can only grow through virtues like honesty and equity. This arcanum symbolizes order, strictness, and discipline. The balance has been unsettled and must be restored. Justice symbolizes an upcoming decision that has to be made, but without giving in to emotion. Your decisions must be made according to your core beliefs, through honest reflection, regardless of consequences. Card number 12, the Hanged Man. Shows a man hanged from a T-shaped cross made of living wood. We can see here leaves. This is some kind of a tree. He is hanging upside down, viewing the world from a completely different perspective. And his facial expression is calm and serene, suggesting that he is in this hanging position by his own choice. He has a halo around his head, symbolizing awareness and enlightenment. His right foot is bound to the tree, but his left foot remains free, bent at the knee and tucked in behind his right leg. His arms are bent, with hands held behind his back, forming an inverted triangle. The Hanged Man is wearing red pants representing human passion and a greenish vest for knowledge. The Hanged Man is the card of martyrdom and sacrifice to the greater good. Card number 13. Death. This card shows the messenger of death, a skeleton dressed in black armor, riding a white horse. The skeleton represents the part of the body which survives long after life has left it. The armor symbolizes invincibility and that death will come no matter what. Its dark color is that of mourning and the mystery, while the horse has the color of purity and acts as a symbol of strength and power. Death carries a black flag decorated with a white 5-petal rose, reflecting life, innocence, purification, and immortality. Together, these symbols reveal that death isn't just about life ending. Death is about endings and beginnings, birth and rebirth, change and transformation. There is beauty in death, and it is an inherent part of being alive. The horse, we can see, steps over the body of a dead king. Yeah. But doesn't seem to notice him. The king's crown has fell symbolically from his head and lies upside down on the ground. The message here is that death comes for all of us, regardless of our status in life. A young woman, child, and bishop are begging the skeleton to spare them, but death spares no one. In the background, a boat floats down the river. Alike to the mythological boats escorting to death to the afterlife. On the horizon, the sun is setting or is rising between two towers, symbolizing immortality or rebirth. The Death card is probably the most feared and misunderstood of all the cards in the tarot deck, but it only symbolizes the end of a major phase or aspect of your life, opening up the possibility of something far more valuable and more essential. So please don't be afraid of that card. Card number 14, the Temperance. This arcanum is represented by a winged angel, as we can see. The angel holds two golden cups and is pouring water from one to the other, creating a harmonious flow. He has one foot on the ground and one in the water, symbolizing the balance between natural elements, earth and water, or maybe between the real and the spiritual world. The angelic figure wears a simple white gown decorated with a triangular alchemical symbol for fire, as opposition to the water which dominates on the Temperance card. It represents balance because water and fire are mutually destructive. Water will extinguish a flame just as fire will boil water away to nothing. The angel's head is surrounded by an aura. This is aura of light, and on the angel's head is also a circular symbol for the sun. On the bottom left side of the temperance card, it looks like the sun is rising over the mountains in the distance. But on the closer look is visible that in fact it is a radiant crown shining with the brightness of the sun. This crown as sun mirrors the sun as crown worn by the angel. The sun has taken the place of the angel's crown, while a crown has taken the place of the sun. This mirroring symbolizes aspect of temperance card: balance and awareness of all things. Behind the angel, two golden iris flowers grow in the grass, symbolizing faith and hope. And in the background, there is a winding path to mountains, reflecting the journey through life. Temperance is the card for bringing balance, patience, and moderation into your life. Card number 15. The Devil. This card shows a bearded man beast, Baphomet, a creature that is half man and half goat. Baphomet is a godhead which originated in the 14th century as a supposed figure of worship of the Knights Templar. Baphomet originally represented the balance between good and evil, male and female, and human and animal. But more recently, this figure has been linked to the occult and has become a metaphor for a devil. The devil has the wings of a vampire bat that sucks the blood out of its prey, and the stare which hypnotize those who come near him. Both symbolizes bringing someone under your power. Above the devil is an inverted pentagram, a sign of the darker side of magic and occultism. He raises his right hand in a Jewish blessing, later made famous by the film series Star Trek as the Vulcan salute. Here. In his left hand, he holds a flaming reversed torch, a symbol of hell. At the foot of the devil stands a man and a woman, both naked and chained to the podium on which devil sits. And they appear to be held here against their will. But if we look closer, we will notice that the chains around their necks are loose and could be easily removed. Each of them has small holes on their head, like the devil's, a sign that they are becoming increasingly like him the longer they stay here. Both of them have tails. A further symbol of their resemblance with the devil. The grapes and the fire on the tip of their tails may signify forbidden fruit from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, and everlasting torment and punishment for one's sins. The Devil card represents your darker side and the negative forces that constrains you and hold you back from being the best version of yourself. Card number 16. The Tower shows a tall tower on the top of a rocky mountain. The clouds around the tower suggests that it has reached high into the sky. The tower is a flame struck by lightning that has thrown two persons from the tower windows to the ground. It is a scene of chaos and destruction. A crown once atop the tower is blasted aside. The crown is a symbol of power and sovereignty. The falling crown shows that worldly power no longer exists. Nature is a far greater force. The tower illustrating society, protection, and the ego. The falling figures symbolize humanity at the mercy of God and the power of nature. They also represent the fallout that disaster can bring. Emotional, physical, and financial. Fire symbolizes change and rebirth. And the lightning bolt is a symbol of enlightenment and purification, revealing what has been hidden. In a flash, we are awakened and cleansed. The tower itself is a solid structure but because it has been built on the shaky foundations, it only takes one bolt of lightning to bring it down. It represents ambitions and goals made on false premises. The Tower is a negative arcanum in almost every situation. It is a sign of failed projects. It can also warn about a great upcoming problem that will need to be dealt with. Card number 17, the Star. The Star card shows a young, naked girl with her left knee on the ground and her right foot in the water. The young lady is pouring water equally on the ground and in the pond. This is the water of life, symbolizing refreshment and healing. She pours the water from two earthen jars. With the one jar she pours the water in the pond, and this represents spirituality and the subconscious. The other jar nourishes the earth, which represents physical health and fertility. Some of the water poured onto the land flows back into the pond, representing the link between physical and spiritual health. The water poured on land creates 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which also symbolize the 5 senses: vision, hearing, smell, taste, and touch, that I used to receive the teachings of God and to feel His presence in our lives. It is twilight on this picture, but we can see clearly a tree and a tiny bird of this serene landscape. In general, birds are symbols of freedom and the soul. There are 8 stars above, young woman. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And one of them, a guiding star, is much bigger than the others. Her nakedness under the stars shows purity and truth. This arcanum symbolizes the energy and vitality of youth. And the star represents the hope that can be found in everyone. The star is a symbol of harmony and gentleness. It will guide you to the fulfillment of your aspirations. If your efforts are sincere, then they will lead you to happiness and success. The card star symbolizes wisdom, confidence, strength, as well as new opportunities and total life changes. It can show a path that will lead you to the desired outcomes and be an omen of the beginning of something great. Card number 18, the moon. This card shows a moon and a sun in the night sky, positioned between 2 large towers. The moon's light is weak compared to the sun, and only slightly illuminates the path winding between the 2 towers that are now very close to us. We have crossed the river and found ourselves in unknown territory, symbolizing a gateway to the unknown or to the subconscious mind. The path on the center of the card that leads in the middle of the towers, symbolizing the balance between our intuition and logic, or our intellect. The moon is encircled by a giant sun, reminding us that the moon is the reflection of the sun upon it. The moon is a symbol of intuition and dreams, and this means that you don't like to live in reality because you feel better in our world of imagination. The face of the moon is calm, a sign of the great serenity that fulfills you when you are in your dream world. A dog and a wolf stand in the grassy field, howling at the moon, representing both the domesticated and the wild aspects of ourselves. The lobster appears to stand hesitantly halfway between the water and the land, symbolizing struggle between instinct and intellect. The wolf, dog, and lobster represent our animal nature, or our primitive fears of the unknown that prevents us from going beyond our own limitations. The moon card represents our fears and illusions, and often comes out when we are projecting fear into our present and our future based on our past experiences. We may have a painful memory that caused emotional distress, and rather than dealing with the emotions, we push them down deep into our subconscious. Card number 19, the Sun. The main character representing on this arcanum is a naked, open-armed child riding a calm white horse. The child rides the horse without saddle and reins, symbolizing freedom, trust, and harmony while the white horse symbolizes strength, beauty, and purity. The child is full of joy, wearing a crown of sunflowers, symbolizing new beginnings, simplicity, happiness, and contentment. Child's nakedness is a sign that it has nothing to hide and has all the innocence and purity of childhood. It also symbolizes that we should get rid of false beliefs acquired in life and be free from adult worldly anxieties. In one hand, the child waves a long red banner, symbolizing accomplishments, vitality, and victory. The banner is quite large, but the child is vital and strong and holds it effortlessly. The red feather on the child's head symbolizes happiness, hope, and freedom. Feathers come from birds, and they symbolize freedom because of the way birds are free to travel on earth and sky. The top half of the Sun Tarot card is taken up by a depiction of a shining sun that spreads his energy and vitality to the world. The face of the sun is calm and benevolent. The sun is the source of all life on earth, and it represents good health, life, and happiness, warmth, and goodness. The wall behind the child suggests a walled garden, symbolizing safety and adding to the carefree feeling of the card. The 4 sunflowers grow tall above the wall, turning their heads to capture the sunlight, symbolizing search for the light and hope in life.